Georgia, Alabama. Sports Live will be your go-to for all your favorite high school and collegiate games this fall. From the Carver Tigers to the Columbus Blue Devils, the Harris County Tigers and Northside Patriots, the Glenwood Gators and Calvary Christian Knights, the Pacelli Vikings and Brookstone Cougars, to the Smith Station Panthers and Russell County Warriors, from CVCC, Pirates basketball and baseball, and every tournament from here to Macon. We are the #1 destination for anything happening in East Alabama and West Central Georgia. Be sure to like and follow us on YouTube and Facebook, and stay tuned for even more amazing ways we will be bringing Georgia, Alabama Sports Live to you this upcoming season. We can't wait to come see you next.
What's up, everyone? Thrift Barringer here. It's Inside the Lions Den on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live, and we have a fantastic show in store for you today because guess what? Your Lions are on a winning streak. They went into Beaumont, Texas, and took down the undefeated Renegades, and they won by 3. They were up by as many as 20 in that first half, and I cannot wait. We're going to have our own coach, Damien Daniels, and then we'll wrap it up with General Manager Nathan Flurry. So without further ado, enough from me. I know you're not tuning in to hear my voice. You're tuning in to hear this guy's. His name is Damien Daniels. Coach, I called you and I told you congratulations. And I felt like that was one of the best coaching performances I have seen since being involved in this, man. What a win. What do you have to say after that incredible victory over Beaumont?
Oh, most definitely, man. Always glad to be here, of course. But like you said, that was probably one of the best team wins we've had in a while. So I was definitely proud of the guys of how we pulled it together. Even though we almost gave it away at the end, like I said, we played pretty well on the road. So that was definitely big for us.
All right, let's get into that victory. So, Coach, your quarterback, Vincent Espinoza, 3 touchdowns in his first week on the job. 5 last week, and then before Beaumont, so I meant 2 weeks ago, and then this past Saturday, 4 touchdown passes. That is 12 on the season. What has his addition meant and done for this Lions offense that is clicking on all cylinders?
It gave us new life, man. Even the receivers, they've kind of, got a little different bounce about themselves just because of how they communicate with each other and the plays that they've been making. So I think it's, we're rolling in the right direction now, and it's definitely, credit to Vincent.
Who do you credit that offensive continuity and how it's been the last couple of weeks, specifically against Beaumont? Because it seemed like every call Coach Young had, and Antoine Young, the offensive coordinator, was the perfect call. So talk about his relationship with these guys. That you got new guys, man. You got a new quarterback. And to have this type of continuity this quickly, that's credit your coaching staff, man.
Right, yeah, most definitely, man. Antoine Young, he does a great job. He's another guy that's a player's coach, so he definitely kind of relates to those guys, very well. And you see him in a lot of times in the huddle, they're all kind of giving opinions that, hey, this guy's playing me like this, and they do a very good job of just kind of bouncing ideas off each other and making the right call and making the right decision. And it showed this past week.
How about the offensive line? Those guys have been doing a great job giving Vincent time to, throw. And then obviously the running game's been there with Marco Lee. It starts with the offensive line and the protection that's been great.
Right, yeah, and we got a new addition, man. Tyreek Stewart, he is an absolute animal. I mean, the first 3 plays of the game, I think, were all pancakes, and I don't think that defensive end played the rest of the game. So to come out and set the tone with that physicality up front, that's one thing that we talk about every week is dominating and controlling the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. So if we can continue to do that, we'll always have a chance.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, man. Again, won the game 40-37 over Beaumont. They now go to 4-3. We pretty much, if we finish out strong, we'll be second place, which means we'll be on the road. But to beat the undefeated Beaumont team who beat Omaha, no one's beat them this year, and to go in their place and win, that's got to give your team a lot of confidence. But talk about defensively, how you felt your guys, as you being the D coordinator calling the plays, how do you think your guys fared out against Beaumont?
We've done pretty well. Like I say, these last 2 weeks, the main focus have been controlling the line of scrimmage, and we did a great job again of that. And then on top of that, a linebacker, man, new addition, Ronald Marlboro.
Oh man.
He's had a couple, 2 amazing games back to back. And then on the back end, we got James Gray. That interception he made right there at the end of the game was pretty critical, and that was a huge moment for us. So if we can keep putting things together like that, I like where we are.
I do too, Coach, and I think that we have a chance to do something special this season. I am talking with head coach Damien Daniels as the club has righted the ship and now have won back-to-back games against Shreveport, the Rougarou, and then the Renegades against Beaumont, who was undefeated, now undefeated no more. They were taken down, and that's what we thought we were going to see from this Lions team, man. And, Coach, I got to commend you, dude, to have a turnaround like this, have the guys still buy into your message. Nothing has been easy, but you were able to find the right roster moves, be respectful with those moves, and now you have a chance to win a championship. Man, did you know that you had this in you? Basically what I'm asking. I felt like you did, dude, but like this is really tough stuff. Not a lot of people have the wherewithal to pull off what you're doing right now.
Yeah, I knew I had it in me. I didn't know it was gonna be like this. Didn't know I was gonna have to make this many moves, or it was
Right.
gonna come, all at once, like this. But I got a great group around me, man. My staff is absolutely excellent. Cole Picard, Brandon Thomas, James Moore, Antoine Young. Those guys, they help me out, man, day in and day out. So I couldn't do it without them.
Wheeling. That's who's coming in. They're 3-5. And if you look, they don't like passing the ball much, Coach, but they will run the football. They got multiple guys with multiple rushing touchdowns. I think they are rushing close to 100 yards per game. They're also throwing a little over 100 as well. But obviously, this is a team that likes running the football. What do you know about Wheeling, and what do you expect with them being on the road?
It's gonna be another tough ball game. They're 3-5, I think, but they got a lot of hope right now. They need both of these games against us to make the playoffs. So I know it's gonna be tough just for that. Coach Reyes, he gave me my first opportunity as a coach.
Awesome.
So I know he's a pretty good coach over there. So it'll be tough, man. And James Summers is their quarterback, which the second game in Carolina, which we lost. That's who beat us. So we know what type of game plan it's going to be. We know the type of physicality that he brings. So it's just going to be a tough ball game, but I think we can handle it.
And you made mention of it. These are the last two games for both teams, Coach. You lose both of them, Wheeling's in the playoffs. You win one of the two, you pretty much have clinched. If you win this Saturday, looking at the standings, you're going to be in there. So hopefully you can pull off this win and then get into the playoffs, as you made mention. What's the practice schedule looking like for this week? And when do y'all plan on the travel heading to?
Well, we'll practice this. We'll have one more tomorrow. It'll be our last practice of the week. And then on Friday, I think Friday around noon, we'll head out to Wheeling.
Okay. Well, then y'all will go get on the field, get ready to rock and roll. Coach, what does your team need to do to be successful and come up with a victory to make it 3 in a row this Saturday?
We'll just continue to do what we've done these past couple of weeks. We've cut down on the turnovers. We definitely cut down on the penalties, and I think it shows in our game. And if we can continue to do that, and like I said, control the line of scrimmage, that's where the ball game is won. So if we can control the line of scrimmage, cut down on the turnovers and penalties, I like us against anyone.
And I'll say this: if Vincent continues doing what he's doing these next two games, Coach, I don't care first or second place. It's hard for me not to say coming in mid-season and help being a part of the turnaround, him not being MVP of the league. And I know you would agree with that because he's been absolutely sensational. Coach, good luck. Go out there and keep whooping butt. And I cannot wait to see you next week in person as we'll be hosting Wheeling next Saturday night at the Civic Center. Coach, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, sir, man. Always a pleasure.
That is Coach Damien Daniels of the Columbus Lions. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back from break, I'm going to have on the GM. It's the man himself, and we got some big things coming up here for that next home game that may interest you to come out to the Civic Center and watch some excellent football. And listen, I'm telling you, I don't know where this mindset came that the season was done, the Lions can't win. I think everyone has been put on notice in the entire NAL, not just in our area. Lions are for real. and they'll be right back in that championship game. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back from break, we're going to have on Nathan Flurry, the general manager. It's Inside the Den on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. We'll be right back after this.
My name is Quinteria Perry, and this is my CVCC story. I've graduated from CVCC with my associates in medical assistant, and I received my certification from CVCC. The training that I got from CVC and being prepared to come and do clinicals helped tremendously. I started looking at scholarships, and the Ambassador Scholarship was interesting to me because you did events to earn your scholarship and you meet people. My favorite part about my job is meeting patients every day. They will crack me up every day. They make my day better. I would recommend CVCC to anyone that asks because of the scholarships, the teachers, the small stuff that you can't get at a university. They actually take the time out for each student.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible to be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy, and Gordy Eye Care for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And then you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Welcome back here to Inside the Den on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and I'm going to bring on the general manager of those Columbus Lions, and he's looked like he just got a fresh cut, face looking nice, got his Lions gear on. It's the general manager, Nathan Flurry. Nathan, what is up, man?
Not much, man. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. As always, thank you so much for joining Inside the Den, and let's get into it, man, from the administrative side and the executive side. Watching the Lions go down and take it to Beaumont, a team that nobody's been able to beat. For one, I think that put a lot of excitement, and that was that energy boost that we have been looking for. That is now, I think, got everyone thinking championship.
Man, look, Coach Damien team, man, they showed up, showed out, and showed off, dude. That's all you can say from that. Everybody was expecting for us to kind of, I don't know if they were expecting for us to tuck tail and run, But of course,
right.
Man, with our coaching staff and with Coach Dame, dude, there wasn't nobody stopping us, man. We told everybody, look, the Lions are back, the Lions are here, we're serious, and I think finally everybody got the chance to see how serious we really are.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I've been so excited about this team. I can't wait to watch this upcoming Saturday. But being able to see that and that move, Vincent Espinoza, let's talk about it. You were high on him, Nathan. I know Coach Dame is too, and now this guy came in. And I just said, I don't know if you heard when I told Damien, if he finishes the way he started these first three games, these next two, and we finish 6-3. And yes, I said we because I'm a part of this too.
Yes, you are.
And I'm super excited about the what's coming for the Lions. He should be in mention or a front runner for league MVP. I don't care about who's first or second. You come in mid-season and change the trajectory of an organization and help be a catalyst to win a championship. There's no doubt in my mind he's in MVP conversation. But talk about his addition and what he's meant.
Man, look, bringing Vincent Espinoza on has been amazing for the team, which I'm not going to knock Brooks at all. Brooks is an amazing guy, an amazing quarterback, so I'd never throw him, he's an amazing guy. By the way, Brooks, if you're watching, congratulations on your retirement. I saw your post. You sure are going to be missed by the Lions family. But having Vincent Espinoza, as a part of this team has been awesome as well, man. He's stepped up, he's took charge. We had to have somebody like Brooks that was going to be able to step up, take charge, and kind of take things by the reins. And he has, and I think he's done pretty well, honestly, by leading the team. And then, of course, he's listening to everything Coach Dame and the rest of the coaching staff's throwing at him. So, like you said, I really think he's going to be a great front runner as well.
Yeah, and I do want to make mention, Marcus Brooks, congratulations on retirement. You're talking about a guy that had stepped into a tough position and helped be the leader that took this organization back to prominence, back into a new league, to win back-to-back league MVPs, back-to-back championships. This guy should go down as one of the best Lions quarterback that's ever put on the jersey, and what he has meant in the organization the last couple of years should be commended, and I know you agree with that statement, Nathan.
100%, man. Look, Marcus Brooks is an amazing guy. When I first met him, the type of leadership that he has, the energy that he puts off, dude, I mean, it's phenomenal. It really is. And I mean, he meant and still means so much to this Lion organization. So again, just thank you so much for everything that he's brought to us. Thank you for being a part of this team and a part of this community for as long as you have been. We are truly going to miss you.
Yeah, we are. And we love what he represents. And by the way, we are going to have on Damien Daniels right after I get off with Nathan, because I did forget to ask him about Marcus Brooks, and I know he wanted to say some things. So I'm going to talk to him about that. That was bad on the host part of me. But I'm glad you brought up Marcus, because I did want to make a segment on the show to talk about what he's meant to the Lions organization. All right. Logistically, what are things you've been having to work on to get the guys ready to head on to Wheeling this weekend?
Man, look, just trying to make sure everything's lined up for them. But this is going to be our last 2 games of the season until we go to the playoffs and championship game. Logistically wise, it's been one of those we just had to make sure everything's lined up for them. Travel wise, food wise, hotel wise. Making sure these guys are geared up equipment wise, and ready to go so they can have their rest. So when they go up there, they can give it 115%. So we've made sure of all that stuff. Now, next week, next week's going to be another big week. We'll talk more about that later on. I'm not going to give away all the fun details yet, but our next home game is going to be phenomenal as well. But look, y'all make sure please go to our watch party. It's going to be at Poor Decisions. You'll also have it at the varsity as well. So make sure y'all go watch this weekend's game if y'all have the opportunity. Let's see what we can go ahead and bring this W home, which I'm sure we will, knowing Coach Day.
Yeah, 100% he will, Nate, and I can't wait. We'll talk about that next week with a live version of Inside the Den, and Nathan, you'll probably break to the audience and community on why they need to come out next Saturday at 7 o'clock to watch those Columbus Lions host Wheeling in the final home game of the regular season. Where can they get tickets? And if they want to get part of the suite, you can go ahead and tell them that, because they can buy those as early as now.
Yeah, go ahead. Hop on there. Go to columbuslions.net. If you need or want a suite, we'd love to make sure to take care of you. We have the hospitality suites. If you want to have a birthday party or whatnot, bring it on. We will definitely love to have you there. Go to Ticketmaster.com or go to the Civic Center and pick up your tickets. Y'all come out. Y'all come see us. We'd love to have you.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take a break. Thank you, Nathan. As always, man, I appreciate it, and I'll see you soon.
All right, Thrift. Thanks for having me.
That's Nathan Flurry, the general manager. We're going to take one more break. When we come back from break, I'm going to have Coach Damien Daniels rejoin
Georgia, Alabama.
I'm going to have Coach Daniels rejoin me inside the den, and we'll be right back after this.
Georgia, Alabama. Sports Live will be your go-to for all your favorite high school and collegiate games this fall. From the Carver Tigers to the Columbus Blue Devils, the Harris County Tigers and Northside Patriots, the Glenwood Gators and Calvary Christian Knights, the Pacelli Vikings and Brookstone Cougars, to the Smith Station Panthers and Russell County Warriors, from CVCC, Pirates basketball and baseball, and every tournament from here to Macon. We are the #1 destination for anything happening in East Alabama and West Central Georgia. Be sure to like and follow us on YouTube and Facebook, and stay tuned for even more amazing ways we will be bringing Georgia, Alabama Sports Live to you this upcoming season. We can't wait to come see you next.
All right, welcome back, everyone. And now I'm going to go ahead and bring him on as head coach Damien Daniels. Coach, I don't know how I slipped this. Marcus, don't kill me about it, but I did want to have a segment to this guy. And, Coach, like I told Nathan, he came in which the situation was looking not great for the organization. We didn't know where we were going to go, what league we were going to be in, and he came in and put on a show. He kept the Lions fans engaged and loving it. He was such a good community partner, and these last 2 years, I think, have been the 2 most important years a quarterback has needed to have for the Lions, and he delivered, not only winning MVP and championships, but keeping Lions relevant in this area and across the country. What can you say about what Brooks meant to this organization?
Man, I've talked to Brooks a lot throughout the last couple of years and even these last couple of weeks. And I just told Brooks how much I thank him for everything that he's done for us, this team, this franchise. Coach Young spoke on him yesterday, is just as far as how easy of a transition Brooks, made it for us as coaches.
Right.
So, to have a guy like that, man, the ultimate professional, like you said, these last 2 years, him in Columbus, he will forever go down as one of the best quarterbacks to ever play. So that's definitely huge, and just thank him for everything he did for us.
And as a man, he is a man's man. He is true to his word, the way he carries himself, the way he is as a father to his kids. That's the type of guy you want. And I think he was even a good mentor. And how he handled the transition, man, I'm telling you, there's not a lot of guys that I feel like have that maturity. Or honestly, it's human to get frustrated in moments like that. And the way he carried himself, man, again, it just shows how great of a professional and addition he was to this Lions organization.
Right. And like you say, it just goes back to who he is as a person. It's just
Right.
not him as an athlete, him being a great athlete. He's an even better person. And you can see that with everything he does. Like you said, the father he is in the community, him being a firefighter, the whole nine, just everything about Marcus Brooks is what you want to be as a man. So, I definitely appreciate him.
Well, Coach, thank you again for hopping back on. We miss Marcus Brooks, but we can't wait to see what the future it holds for the Lions. And good luck this Saturday.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, man.
That is Damien Daniels. Thank y'all again for watching Inside the Den. I'm your voice, Thrift Barringer, and I'll see you next time on the Columbus Lions Coach Show here on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live.